Today we are with a couple that truly believes that प्यार किया तो छुपाना क्या. Today we have haughty Karan, Kundra and ravishing Anusha Dandekar with us.
Who are ravishing?
Yeah. Who
मैं
are
आजकल हॉटी से ऊपर बढ़ नहीं रहा हूँ. करना पड़ेगा.
they will be hosting season 2 of MTV Love School. So hi Karan, hi Anusha, welcome to
Hi.
Bollywood Life.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Can you tell me the concept of the show?
Oh wow. So let's begin with the contestants. Instead of having just one contestant each, we have a couple. So you know the entire demography of a show changes because you're not competing as a single person against single people.
Yeah.
You're competing as a couple. You know, so you have to work through the reality show being a couple, and then starts the reality show where we, as Anusha said earlier, that there's no place in India at least where romance is taught or say intimacy क्या होता है वो नहीं सिखाया जाता. Nobody actually educates the kids about how to deal in a relationship or with the relationship. So it's a show about all of that. It's a show. It's a one of a kind show which works on couples.
And the beauty of it is it's non-scripted.
Yeah.
It has real couples coming in and telling us, like in the auditions, that's when the whole journey began for me. Now, I've always done fashion, so for me, my biggest problem was somebody wearing black underwear under white pants. Those were my issues. And and I would just tell her to take them off. But here you have couples coming in and they're talking about, not having their family support, not having, having abuse, sexual abuse, having trauma, anger issues, violence, just all of these problems that you only see in the movies, or you read about them, or you hear about it, but you don't think it's actually happening right in front of you. And there they are sitting in front of me and Karan, and he's obviously much better at handling it because he's done reality shows now, so he knows that, like on roadies, they are real people who come and have really, hard lives, tough lives, and they have really deep stories. So for me, it's the first time. And
but like any reality show,
Yeah.
there are going to be people who just come there for the fame.
So it's been an emotional roller coaster, but it's been a learning experience. It's been crazy. I have screamed a lot.
Cried a lot.
I've cried a lot.
She's lost it twice.
Yeah.
Lost it
Lost it.
Yeah, she
Like
lost it.
I couldn't understand how a girl could
And we
think
couldn't understand what she was doing. She was just talking to herself and walking around. And we were like, okay, let her be.
Okay, I wasn't like psycho. I was just there was.
Imagine a boyfriend, and I'm like,
What's happening?
No, it's because I couldn't understand a girl in 2016 can think like this, how she can think so less of herself and allow herself to be second best in a relationship. I just couldn't
second
understand
best? You'll see the auditions.
Yeah, I don't want to give too much away.
Whew.
What side of your personality will the viewers see in the show?
Oh God.
Oh, really?
They've seen my anger a lot. I think in the previous shows that I've done, they've seen me romancing a lot previously. But I think for the first time, they've also seen me as a mentor, but in a very very specific. What we do on roadies is like we have these parameters and this is what we have to do. There's a path that I've got to take my gang member to the finale and make him win. That's what we did in roadies. But here. There are no parameters. You're nurturing a couple. You're nurturing people. You're giving them your education, whatever you know about life. You're passing on your personality traits onto them. So I think they'll see a completely new side of me. The audience that follows me, they'll see me as an elder brother to all the guys. They'll see me as somebody who gives love advice. Probably, and somebody who's half of the time even I was a little confused as to how to handle a situation. But then you jump into the pool and you learn. So they'll see completely new sides of both of us. In fact,
Yeah,
Anusha
I
का
think-
तो completely नया कुछ दिखने
No, this
वाला है.
is. I don't think my audience has ever seen me like this.
Never.
So
I
when
haven't
they
seen
see
it.
me scream, they're gonna be like, "What happened to her?" When they see me cry, they may understand why I'm crying. Also, I think they'll get it. But it's a totally different side to me. No one's ever seen this
reality
side. I don't think
shows-
I've seen this side of me. So
Yeah.
it's been a pretty crazy thing. But also, yeah, I think I've tried to be the elder sister, but also just aspirational to the fact that, you know, you're a strong, independent woman, and don't ever forget that. You know, love can't just rule everything where you forget who you are. And that's the kind of stand I was trying to take for all the girls out there. You know, I would scream at them because I'm like, well, how can you let a man treat you like that? And by the way, some men would be treated like that. So it's the same thing. It's not like, oh, you hit a woman and that's not okay. Of course it's not okay, but a woman hitting a man is also not okay.
How is season 2 different from season 1?
Well, you have Karan, Kundra and Anusha Dandekar as your hosts.
Season 2 is very hardcore. I'll be honest. Season 2, as I said, that you know, we didn't have a fixed. Usually, what happens is when you go to a reality show, you know, like for example, when I went on to Roadies, I didn't know what to do. You know, I didn't know how to handle a reality show. So there were parameters, and then I had Ran Vijay and all of the people to guide us. You know, here. Season 2, by the time I got on to season 2, I didn't have rules, I didn't have parameters, I didn't have you know, anybody to constrain what I'm doing. I have a personality of my own, I have beliefs of my own. She has a personality of her own which is completely, you know, different than you know, like how we both of us belong to very different cultures, but we're on the same page at the same time. Yeah. So I have my own way of doing things, and she has her own way of doing things. So it was all organic.
Very. Sometimes the way he would do something, like once there was a guy with anger issues, and the way he brought out a difference. I swear, I didn't know what was happening, and I'm sitting right next to Karan.
Nobody knew what was happening.
No one knew, not even the producers knew. And Karan is like saying things to this guy that I'm literally holding on, saying, please stop, Karan, like I can't, no, don't. But you won't believe it worked like magic. And everybody at the end clapped because they couldn't believe that that guy had a meltdown because Karan like went in such a different... I literally my heart was beating. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is going to go on air. Oh my God, Karan, stop, stop, stop. And then suddenly that guy broke down and he had an entire realization of his own life. And it was beautiful. It was really well done. I mean, it petrified the shit out of me.
so this is what is going to be different from season 1, because it's not like a set format.
No.
It's us
with these guys
taking charge of the show.
Yeah, in our own way.
Yeah, with whatever experience that we already have of reality shows, of life, of what we believe.
And of course, not to disregard or dismiss the producers and the directors who were sitting there.
No, they were just
kind of guiding the way, but they let us kind of just take over.
They had confidence.
Yeah, they had
which is you know, I think initially we didn't know them, they didn't know us. We knew each other, but we hadn't worked together.
Yeah.
But when we started working together, we synced in just the first auditions which was happening in Mumbai, and then we knew that how are we going to take this show. You know, the producers, the creatives from the channel, everybody, they were amazing, because they never told us कि नहीं यार आप ये नहीं कर सकते, आपको यही करना पड़ेगा ये format. No.
I think most of the times they got stunned as well in the back. They were like, it's amazing, and so that reaction will get hopefully
very organic. It's a very organic show. It's a very organic show. You will not see every episode. You know how normally reality shows have a set format, task, elimination, task, elimination, task, elimination. No, Love School is not like that. It's every episode has a different path that has taken, and that has happened organically. Of course, there will be tasks. Of course, there will be a lot of eliminations and sadness and all of that. True to a reality show, but when you see the journey, you will realize that they've made a completely different show.
Oh, and besides eliminations, it's graduations as well.
What's your take on relationship being discussed at a national platform like this? How Love School does? It makes too like open everything. It's not.
You know, can I just tell you?
Yeah.
No, I'll just start with this one, because I have to say, I'm really thankful for all the couples that came and dared to sit there, dared to tell us, dared to tell us about their lives, dared to tell us about sexual abuse, or, you know, any kind of violence, or, you know, harassment, or, you know, family issues or whatever. It takes a lot of guts, especially in our culture where, you know, most of these things are taboo. We can't even talk about sex openly but at in a country where there's 1.5 billion people, are we really still not talking about sex? Because clearly everyone's doing it, you know. So I'm just saying that thank you to the couples who came, sat and dared to speak about it and allowed us to show it on national television, so then and therefore we can show it to our audience and the audience can learn from it. And that's all we want. We're not here, yes, of course, we love the drama, we love the emotions, it all helps the ratings. But at the end of the day, what's more important to us as hosts is that we educated, you know, a young girl that's 15 who may be treated badly by a boy, and maybe she'll watch Love School and think, oh shit, you know what, this is not right. And
these are major issues.
Yeah.
For example, if I ask you a question right now, that if your dad and your mom both are working individuals, yeah, why does your mom only always cook? Yeah. If both your mom and dad are coming home at 5 or 6 or 7 in the evening, why does your mom only make tea? Now, it takes balls for somebody to come on national television and say, no, my dad is wrong.
Yeah.
You know, because our society, our culture hasn't taught us. You know, there are people in Bombay who don't get houses because they're in a live-in relationship, because culture uncles will say कि यार हमारी building में आप ये culture नहीं है. But let me remind those people that आपका culture पता क्या है कि आप दहेज के लिए अपनी बेटियों के ऊपर acid फेंकते हैं. Nobody has the balls to say it. So we are thankful to people who've come up and said that yes, this is wrong. So when somebody has the balls to say कि यार yes, being in a live-in relationship is better than selling off my daughter to such a family who will later on for dahej or for all of these things are gonna treat them like dogs. Well, you know, our culture is better than that then. You know,
and
there are other
the
things.
youth are standing up and saying, hey, you know, look, we are like this now.
Yeah.
And
you know, there I'm telling you, still there are situations where daughters are told कि यार अब तो आपकी शादी हो चुकी है, अब वो आपका घर है, अब आप संभालो. How do you educate girls to not get into such a situation? You have to have one person to get up and say, yes, I've gone through it and I will teach you that it's a wrong thing and don't go through it. If a girl has been sexually abused at the age of 18 when she can't say no out of peer pressure, nobody talks about it. It's happening everywhere. Even in small cities, it's happening. Somebody has to talk about it. These are bigger issues. Men with egos.
Yeah.
Respect issues. Because they are taught, because they see their dads doing it to their mothers. Like I give you a very simple example कि अगर अंकल आंटी दोनों काम कर रहे हैं, आंटी बेचारी बैठ के खाना बना रही है, अंकल बैठ के मैच देख रहे हैं, ये कल्चर में नॉर्मली निकल जाता है. अब अगर कोई लड़का खड़ा होकर बोलेगा कि यार मेरे डैड ये गलत है, तो उसके लिए you need balls, you need guts. So it's not about throwing a relationship out in the open. It's about educating the society or the youth of the country कि these are problems. अभी प्रॉब्लम्स पे तो बाद में काम करेंगे, पहले रियलाइज तो करो कि ये प्रॉब्लम है. हाँ, मेरे डैड को भी कभी कभी खाना बनाना चाहिए, मेरे डैड को कभी कभी बर्तन उठा लेने चाहिए, साफ कर लेने चाहिए. ये प्रॉब्लम रियलाइज तो करें, बाद में काम करेंगे उसके ऊपर. सो आई थिंक आई सैल्यूट टू बिग सैल्यूट टू ऑल द कंटेस्टेंट्स हु केम अप विद रियल जेन्युइन प्रॉब्लम्स एंड वी got to at least address them if not solve them.
And then also a big salute to the ones that came with major problems that we were shocked and horrified by. Jaisa wo, in 2016 girls and boys thinking like this is such a backwards thought. Thank God they came. Not that I'm happy that they sat there and told me these things, but thank God they came and did it. So then when I'm screaming at them or he is or whatever, we're getting frustrated, we're trying to tell them no, this is wrong. At least the audience can see that and learn something.
Also, there was some, cute revelations as well. Yeah. Like, guys आज की डेट में ज़्यादा insecure हैं अपनी लड़कियों को लेके.
Karma.
या हम at least कोई खड़ा होकर बोल रहा है कि भाई करण भाई मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ ये मेरी बंदी है, बहुत पार्टी करती है, मुझे समझ नहीं आता मैं क्या करूँ. अरे अच्छी बात है.
मैं बहुत insecure हूँ.
बहुत insecure, बड़े सारे लड़के उसके बॉयफ्रेंड से मैं कहाँ जाऊँ. ये उल्टा होता था. हाँ, मतलब बहुत सारे लड़के फ्रेंड्स हैं.
Yeah, there was a girl's.
उसको दारू की आदत पड़ गई, मैं क्या करूँ?
The boyfriend was insecure about her best friend because he was a boy and he would go over. He was like so insecure about it, and I said, well, I mean, I did help them also, but first I had to say karma.
Sadistic.